How's it going, Dragons? This is JP from the legendary Dragon Duelists, and yes, this is a quick face reveal, but if you really looked at my channel, you could already see my face, so it's not really much of a face reveal, but you're seeing my face for actually the second time on this channel. You saw my face in the meme review video. In this video, I will be counting down the top 10 best reprints from the 2020 Tins of Lost Memory. At number 10, there's Beanie, the Burning Abyss Link Monster. This is a pretty good reprint for Burning Abyss. I know this card was up in price. If I'm being honest, I don't know much about Burning Abyss, so I don't know how well this card does in it, but it was a well-needed reprint for them. Number 9, there's Signet Mining. Now this is for all the Cybers and Salamangreat players to get their searches. It already got reprinted in Dual Overload, so they're printing it again. This reprint was so good, let's do it again. And it's still a little high in price, so this is going to help it drop down a little bit. Maybe it'll be even in bulk, and budget players will be able to get their playsets of Signet Mining. At number 8 is Gizmek Orochi. This is a pretty expensive secret rare Dark Machine monster, which is pretty much just a free summon that could also pop some cards. Pretty good in, I think, Orcust. I don't really know too much about Orcust. I've seen it in Grand Maju. It's a pretty good extender that was up in price and a well-needed reprint. Number 7 is Striker Dragon for all the Dragon League players. Now, this card was pretty expensive. It wasn't extremely expensive at $15, but it was still fairly expensive for budget players. So this was a pretty good reprint that is needed for them. I know I'm saying pretty good reprint a lot, but this tin has a lot of pretty good reprints. The Link 1 monster that searches the field spell. I haven't heard of that before. At number 6 is Leash Seifert. This is another card that's mainly used in Dragon Links. I know it's used in the Cyber's Clock Dragon FTK. This card was pretty high in value with about $30, and now it's going to drop a little bit to be more accessible. Now getting into the top 5, we have Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax starting it off. Now, this card is a really hard card to out for certain decks. I know my Cyber Dragon deck doesn't really need to worry about it a lot, but, you know. It's a pretty generic Link monster, just needing 2 or more monsters from the extra deck. And it's really good when you make it with the number 4 reprint, which is IPMascarina. You can see IPMascarina in many decks where they'll just have an extra monster in IPMascarina and make Unicorn or Appalosa or anything else like Avramax. On top of that, it gives your Link monster protection when you Link summon with it. And it was pretty high in price with about $60. Now getting into the top 3, we have Pot of Extravagance. This is a fairly generic card used in many decks that don't use extra decks that much, like Subterrors, which is my least favorite deck. Mystic Mine, which is my real least favorite deck. Guys, if we actually pull Mystic Mine in the Megatins, I'm going to burn it if it gets banned. Pot of Extravagance for decks that don't use the extra deck is pretty much just a free Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed is banned. At number 2, we have Boreload Savage Dragon, the Synchro, used to get a free negate in all those Halki Fibrax combos, Adamantipator combos, Synchro Eldritch Dragon Link, a ton of stuff. It's pretty much a free negate, and it's also a big body on the field. This card jumped up and down in price so many times. It was mainly around the $80 mark, so this is a pretty exciting reprint for our great friend Raj. Now the number 1 spot, if you didn't already know, is Appalosa, yeah, the Bow Mommy. You could really slap this deck into... I was about to say you could really slap this deck into any card. You could really slap this card into any deck and get free negates. Also, you could use it with IPMascarina to summon it on your opponent's turn. If you use a Union Carrier that you can't Link summon into, just summon a Mascarena and make Appalosa. And you get at least 2 negates from it. And it's a really powerful card that really adds to a lot of these negation boards. And you see it around a lot. So thank you for watching this video on the top 10 best reprints from the 2020 Megatins. And make sure you subscribe so you could see my giraffe shirt and stuff like this. This is my dog.